What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle, and today we're going to talk about Township again. Now, I have had a couple of requests here and there to talk about Township. The thing that really keeps me from going back into the whole topic again is that I really don't know how to explain it. Like, people have been wanting like a guide or something or some help in building their towns, and I don't really have the way to explain it. I just can't put the thought down in how to explain it. There's some really good stuff on Reddit with spreadsheets that tell you how to what buildings to put where. And before we close this video out, I'm going to show you what I have in this particular town, which is a copy of my standard account. But basically, pretty much all of my standard, hardcore, and adventure mode have all ended up pretty much the same way. And I think it's more of an organic way of getting it there. I don't think I ever sat down and planned and said, well, I'm going to make this here. It's just through some trial and error, I found out certain things just don't matter. So we'll get into that. First and foremost, the big driver for this video is I normally follow Steam, and I go in there and I read any articles that the Melvor Idle crew put up about, they'll put a Steam news article in there. Well, they haven't done that in a while. I haven't heard anything about the expansion or the township or anything, or the rework for township. So I went looking in the Discord, and there was an announcement and there was a thing in there from a couple months ago. So I'm going to try to remember to link this in the description, but there's a post about the township rework. And so basically they're taking a pass at it. This has been in the works since December. It's been in Patreon testing since December, I think. So they're basically changing everything. It says, we took a step back and looked at the core functionality of the skill and thought hard about how it fits into the game. We looked at what purpose it serves as a whole and what we can do to breathe new life into the skill. The rework makes the skill more suitable for Melvor Idle and removes a lot of the headache that exists within the current system. Here is a small amount of information on what is changing. Transitioning to a completely passive system that automatically progresses. That does away with all this tick business, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Remove the ability to fail, which I'm not sure I care about this exactly, but this might be one you need to see. It says no more town resets, mass citizen death due to lack of food, or the potential to brick your town. So I don't know if that makes it easy mode, or I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I like this next one. New casual task system, which provides a way to speed up township progress by completing tasks throughout the general game. I thought that's how township was supposed to work in the first place. That's what I had in my head. So it sounds, if they're doing that, getting closer to what I thought it was going to be, that's going to be cool. Added a brand new seasons feature, more details later. They don't go into it, but that sounds pretty cool there. They combined the town and build menu, which is awesome. That's something that they've been needed to do for a long time. And then they reworked the trader to become more of a utility feature that assists in the entire game. They said they did this by adding 30 plus new consumables that can be traded, and reworked how basic materials can be obtained. That's only the surface, blah, blah, blah. No skill level reset. You're going to keep your skill level, and if you had a lot of ticks, you'll be able to spend them afterwards. So no ETA on the release, but has been in Patreon testing since December. This was posted 2 months ago, according to Almighty Reddit. So good that they're making changes. I had somebody the other day asking about like some tips for their town, and they were running into issues. And I think they were running into the same stuff that I was. So we're going to run through some things real fast here. First and foremost, the quick and dirty of this entire thing is that township is completely out of balance. And I'm going to give you my opinion on how it's out of balance, and we'll go through some example here in a second. But what's good about it is that the township tasks, I love those. It's a good money maker. You're getting good resources out of it if you need some. Like I needed some fish for my adventure account, so I start getting those out. I needed trees and wood and stuff for my hardcore account, so I got that stuff out, and that was great. That's all good. Shop items are great, the skilling suits, the pets, and all that kind of stuff. That's all fantastic. That's great. What's bad is that money making is like super OP in this game. When I played my original adventure account, I don't know, I haven't gone back to look at my old videos, but it took months of a lot of work to unlock all those skills. And it's just trivial nowadays. You just go and build up Township and boom, you're buying a skill every other week or every week or so. It's ridiculous how fast that builds up. Many of these biomes are just not needed. Like if you look at this town that I have, desert, water, swamp, and snowlands, they serve no purpose. There's negatives to move into there, but you're not getting any extreme bonuses out of it. Now, again, you could probably go into somewhere in Reddit and find that somebody picked a certain god with a certain map layout and certain biomes and everything, and it's all magical and it's the greatest thing ever. I don't feel like there's that much need to put that much effort into this skill. Once I hit 120 in this skill, I'm done with it. I'm out. I may revisit it here and there for some resources, but like adventure mode, I'm pretty much done with. On my hardcore account, I had like 14 billion gold when I was looking at it yesterday. I spent a few billion on buying off the rest of the land in here so I could just make more repositories and more stuff to farm materials out of, but it's kind of pointless otherwise. So a lot of these biomes aren't really used. A lot of the buildings can be ignored. You're going to notice that my dead storage is at 500,000 on this. I have the Terran God, but I haven't really built any of the buildings for it. Education's horrible here. Happiness is 4.8 million in the negative. The health of this town is horrible. Like all the hospitals, you don't need cemeteries, schools, libraries, chapels, taverns, tailors, unless you need the leather or something. Like health, happiness, and worship just don't even seem to matter. Kick all that out the door. So, okay, let's look at my town the way it's set up. In the grasslands, I have all 221 slots. I have all housing up at estate level, 124 of those, 94 large repositories. I'm cranking in 42 million units of items or whatever you want to call it. And I was working on my hardcore one last night. I got up to like 94 million or something like that. Let's go into the forest. This is fully cooked out at 534 all used. I think I've bought out all the biome space here in this game. I think I did that a long time ago. So this one's basically filled with large cottages, a couple of estates, blacksmith estate, a few farming estates, and a lot of orchards. You can just skip farming estates, just go right to orchards. I mean, why would you take something that's 116 per tick that feeds 180 people? Well, I don't know if this is like one each or whatever, but these are 210 and they're feeding 2125 or whatever. However you read this. The thing that I'm looking at is this is 116 and this is 210. So you're feeding a lot more food. You're getting a lot more food out of orchards. So the farming estates are pointless. I have nothing in the desert, nothing in the water, nothing in the swamp. The arid plains have some hunter estates, a large academy, which this can go away. Don't need it. And then the magic emporium. So yeah, my education's gone. There's no point. It does not affect anything. Mountains, we have some housing, a little bit of housing. I need to finish upgrading this. But then I've got the blacksmith estate, miner's estate, and large repository. All this stuff is pretty much upgraded. I quit upgrading these houses because it's wasting resources that I could be pulling out and selling or using. And there's no point. Once you hit about 13,000 people, there's zero incentive to go further because as long as you stay north of 13,000 people, you're going to have all the big buildings that you can get. You've capped out all your tiers. Maybe there's some incentive to go make more money or some XP or something on that. It just costs me food. My town loses people and then it gets kind of ugly. So basically housing, smithing, and mining, and then some storage. That's it. That's all the buildings I have. You come into this valley, it's housing, then a bunch of town halls so I can rake these citizens over the coals and steal all their money, and then a bunch of trading posts to get money out of it. And at some point, I think you can reduce you need a lot of trading posts early on, but I think you can reduce these because I have more money that I'm going to get out. I can take more money out than I can possibly get out of this town. So there's like no point in having this many trading posts. I could probably dial these down and be money ahead and then use this to build orchards or something to take more food out. And then like the jungle, I have some hospitals because these actually make potions, so they're not bad. They're good for me. Gatherers estates and hospitals pull stuff out for me. I don't really care about, I think some of this is needed for upgrades. Actually, the rune essence is what upgrades. But I mean, again, I'm at the jungle. It's almost maxed out. I have forestry estates, carpenters estates, and orchards. And the only thing I've really done is moved some of the taken some of the housing away and put more construction in. I do not care about how many available workers I have. I care about my storage. Oh, and I'll show you. This is all 100%. I get everything. And what I do, let's see where we at. We're at 29 million. I'll show you what I do. I come in here, I click on the item that I want. Let's say I'm going to take out these mystic sharks. I click 100%, I confirm it. We'll just take the carrion logs. I usually do coal in here. I wish these could be uh the bars, because I don't really ever need these. But if you're trying to do something with agility or whatever, you could probably get some materials out quickly, whatever. And then I go in here. Basically, I take out either iridium or palladium, just because those are the ones that are hardest to get. The trade rate sucks, so you don't really get much. And then I just find some herb to put it out on. I usually get the pure essence because I'm needing more of that. We just pick a tree, whatever I'm short on. And then down here, I'll pick a potion something that's kind of expensive, like these gem detectors. Maybe not those. Penetration potions, those are harder to get. The Reaper potions. I do recommend getting 10,000 of each item. You'll notice this is a copy of my standard account, and when I beat the game and finally completed everything to full completion, I still had some red boxes in here. So one of the things I did was go and fill all those out so that I have the ability to transfer out. And I think this is a really good way to go, because once you've got 10,000 of each item, you can just trade out whatever you need. So if you're short on something, you don't feel like, working on herblore or whatever, you can kick it out real fast. Slayer bounty potions, whatever. Kick it out. I'm only going to get 14. So whatever. All right. We have a population of 14,910. I'm getting 4,473 XP. Don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent. It's just what I get. And like in my adventure account, I'm not necessarily, because all my other skills are raising, and because my township skill is basically right at my combat level. I mean, I'm a little bit different now, but by the time I get to 120, where I can get township to 120, by the time my combat rating gets to 120 and allows me to get my township built up, I'll be able to get there. And even if I don't, this one can lag behind, and I've still got plenty of ticks coming behind to just spend. So it's not a big deal. I was really itchy to get things done when township first dropped, because I wanted to get my regular account as fast as possible. And now that all that's settled, I'm like, whatever, I don't care. So XP wise, I think that's decent. It gets the job done. But once you're at 120, you don't care about XP anymore. So then we go down to tax rate. I'm making 450,000 in tax rate right here. So every time I click this tick button, boom, I get 450,000. So I come in here and, I've basically traded everything out that I wanted. Then I come in here and click 288. It's going to be roughly half of what I can store. So this thing will spit out the other end. It's roughly half. I'll run it twice. And this is for all my accounts. I run it twice, and then it's going to be pretty much fairly close to being full. So then I come in here and just trade everything out again, and trade all that out, you know what I mean? And just keep going. And now I'm at 2 billion gold. And that's not even selling any of this stuff here. And I didn't even check to where I was at. Let's trade all this stuff out real quick here. Do this one more time. Again, this is probably not the most efficient or best or fantasticest way of doing it. I just go in here and find something that I'm short on, like whatever trees I'm short on, and fill that in. Because if I'm working on fletching or something, I might need the red oak or the mystic or whatever. So I go fill those in. I'll get this leather out of here because it's wasting space. Then we just redo the process again. You click 288, confirm it. Once you've got your town fairly stable, you can just keep clicking this and just keep generating. Now, at some points, and you notice my happiness is just garbage. Education's garbage, health, dead storage. It's all tanked, but I'm making a ton of money, and now I'm making 4,500 XP. XP or the gold went down just slightly, But let's say we go out here and I mean, we could build some more stuff. What do I have room in? Um, I have room here. Can I build repositories? I can never find these damn things when I'm looking for them. I don't think you can build repositories there. Where can we build those? I thought it showed. I guess it's when you're over here, storehouses. So we can do mountains, forest. I don't have any room there. Yeah, I've already built them where I can. So I can't really do anything there. I guess I could tweak some stuff. But anyway, you get the idea. This thing is completely off balance. Like when I when we got the first rework for this, I was under the impression that you had to keep everybody happy for the max XP, keep your education up, keep your workers working, keep everything going in the positive direction. And if you just turn around and go completely in the opposite, you don't even need taverns. You know, who cares about making them happy? You may, and this is probably not even a good town build. I'll be the first to admit that. There's probably a far better town build that you can get than this is. But this makes me so much money that I don't care anymore. Like this account's got 2 billion gold and I'm fully maxed out. My hardcore account had 14 billion gold. I spent 3 of it and dropped it down to 11 and then ran some more ticks and got it back up to like 12 or 13 again because I bought up all the land and then ran some more to get the trees that I needed. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. So whatever they however they redo this is going to be pretty nice. All I know is that this town is not a happy place. The tax rate is 80%. The death toll is 600,000 people. Happiness is 5 million in the hole. Like there's nobody that wants to live in this place. I don't know why they move here. Like it just kind of goes against everything you would think. I would expect to have to make people happy, to give them an education, to get better items or more items or something. But it kind of just you don't need any of that. You just let them all die and get disease and just don't go to that town. So I hope this has been helpful. I don't know if this is any use to anybody or not. I've shown the buildings that I have in each section. So the person that was asking the other day, hopefully that helps them because they were stuck trying to figure out how to make workers do things and the happiness and all that. And I'm just going to tell you, just ignore it all. And totally, and you don't necessarily have to burn your town off either. So with my adventure account, what I did is I went into my tasks, did all the township starter tasks, and then just kind of built my town from there and then deleted all the buildings that I didn't need. You can come over into this town side, just take stuff out. So like on this town, I would probably upgrade. I would probably go 25 here. I'm going to try to keep this population around 13,000. I mean, we're at 15 now, so we'll upgrade these and then we'll delete 25 of these. So that's going to drop the population to 1470, run it 144, just so that it runs a little faster. No storage, so we're going to need to build storage. So I'd come over here to this. If I can build storehouses, we'll do 25. Build those out, and then we'll go and upgrade them. And now I've got more room. I'd go through and sell everything, click this to where the trader arrives, and then sell all this crap out. And that's what I would do is where I would upgrade this cottages into manors and then delete some of the cottages so that the population, what I'm trying to do is keep the population at a certain level. If you go too far over population, you're going to have to build a lot more orchards, or you're going to have to do the build the building that reduces the needs of the town. The what is that? There's a building in here. I can't remember which one it is. Whatever. There's a building in here that reduces how much food the citizens use. And I keep wanting to go to that. The farmer's market, which is great. That gives you more stuff. But at the same time, if you just keep your population around 13,000, 14,000, whatever, once you get your population stabilized, you don't need all that. I mean, you can, I guess. But I don't know. There's a lot of tweaking you can do, which is where I get into difficulty on trying to explain this because there's a lot of balancing and there's probably a few different ways of handling this. This is what I've done. It seems to be adequate. So I don't know, kind of getting to rambling here at this point, but hopefully this has been helpful. And hopefully we see this rework soon and we can ditch all this and it's kind of a nice thing to go forward with. But anyway, that will do it with it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.